Hi, I'm Dr. Courtney, Jesus Professor, and in this episode of Debunking 101, we're asking, are supernatural claims testable by science? A miracle is a violation of the normally functioning physical laws of nature by a deity or some other supernatural or spiritual being. As such, any claim of a miracle or supernatural event necessarily involves a violation of the natural physical laws. However, the scientific demand of experimental repeatability is based on the a priori presupposition or assumption that the laws of nature are constant in time and location. This assumption is not itself scientifically testable without creating the fallacy of circular argument or begging the question. Therefore, supernatural claims and claims of miraculous events are not scientifically testable because the scientific method itself presupposes that supernatural events and miracles never occur. Consequently, any claim that science has disproven a claim of a miracle or a supernatural event begs the question, because the entire scientific method supposedly used in unbiased investigation contains the a priori assumption that the laws of nature are constant, such that supernatural events, violations of those laws of nature, never occur. In addition, most claims to the miraculous are assertions of past events. As discussed in previous videos, the question of what happened is properly categorized as a question of history, which tests assertions using eyewitness testimony, documentary evidence, and physical evidence, rather than a question of science, which investigates hypothetical natural laws by means of repeatable experiments. In conclusion, claims of miracles or past supernatural events are not scientifically testable for two reasons. The scientific method presupposes that miracles do not occur, since constant natural law is needed to assume and to demand experimental repeatability. Whether or not a miracle occurred is a question of history, rather than a question of science. This position is often described, this understanding of science is often described as methodological naturalism and has been affirmed by notable evolutionist Stephen Jay Gould, by the National Academy of Sciences and the National Center for Science Education. These views were aptly summarized by Eugenie Scott while serving as the director of the National Center for Science Education, writing, "Science is a way of knowing that attempts to explain the natural world using natural causes. It is agnostic toward the supernatural. It neither confirms nor rejects it."